Hello everybody. Today I'd like to explain a nice little program I found called dzen2, which is a pop-up window menu-ish kind of program. It's easier to just show you here. I'll show you some examples of what it can do. But basic usage is you want to pipe some text into it. So let's say some text. And that will pop up a window and it will display whatever text you had. So here it's just showing some. The text part is on my other monitor because it's being stretched across both, because it counts as one screen, I think. So you can fix that with the -W for width, -W flag, and then we'll just give it the size of this monitor right here. And so now it's 1920 wide, pixels wide, and it only displays up here. And it shows some text. Excuse me. You can also change the height, the -H flag. Let's say 50, and now it is much taller. It's kind of hard to see, but it's taller. Some other useful things: you can change the position with -X and -Y. So let's put it at what, 500, 500, and let's change the size to be a little smaller so it doesn't run off the screen. So 1000 wide, starting 500 from the x00, or 00 is up in the corner, so 500 to the right, 500 down. So it should be somewhere right here in the middle. Some other aesthetic changes that you can do the -FG, the -BG flag. You can probably guess what these do. So let's make the foreground, let's make that black, and then the background green. And here we go, black and green pop-up window. And for the colors, you can also pass in hexadecimal, HTML color codes, whatever, the hash, and then a 6-digit long string. Is that 6? Let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then let's do, this is a gray color that I like. Here we go. So it also takes hexadecimal colors. It also accepts mouse inputs. So if you saw right there, I just right-clicked on it. You didn't see, but you saw me click it. That was a right-click, and that closes the window. And then left-clicking, it's not doing anything now, but you can, I think initially, to have it clickable, left-clickable, what you want to use is, you want to turn on the menu functionality, so -M. But for that to be useful, you want to have the -L functionality. So let's have that first. Let's explain that first. So -L takes a number, some value, so let's say 3. And then nothing seems to have changed, but when you scroll over, what it's doing is it's displaying 3 more lines. But nothing shows up in those lines because all that we're echoing in, is just a single line, some text. So that's just showing up here. The way for you to have text in the drop-down menu is to echo something in with multiple lines. So I have a file here, let's go to this, cat text. I was working on it earlier. It's text. Line 1, foobar. It's the YouTube, I guess. So cat text. So we have this has 4 lines. Title, line 1, foobar, YouTube. So let's pipe that into a previous script. So this is the same script. We're just changing the echo some text into cat text. So we're just putting this instead of what we had before. So the first line, title here, that's showing up in the initial bar that shows up. And then when you scroll over, you'll see the other 3 lines show up. So line 1 foobar, YouTube, and then it matches up there. So L, that allows you to have multiple lines. So now we can do the -M flag, which allows us to, you're going to see when I scroll over it, it gets highlighted. So now this is clickable, or left clickable. So we're going to click it, and then it's going to give us this error. It says YouTube command not found. It's foobar command not found, and then line command not found. So if you can guess, this is this text right here is getting passed to the shell, and it's trying to execute whatever text this is. So it's looking for a command called line, command called foobar, and command called YouTube. So if you want it to be useful, we can open text, and then instead of just these random strings, we can have some some commands to be executed. So let's have that echo hello world, and then we'll have the printf, I guess. All right, so cat text. Now the title's the same, and then now these are all executable strings that you can run. St is just my terminal, if you're wondering. So let's cat this text. Let's put it into our dzen instance. Let's run that, and then now it's the same pop-up window, and now you have this as text. So let's do hello world, and you see it's getting echoed. This is exactly what's happening. And then st-e vim, this should open a new terminal. Oh, sorry, right here. It opens a new terminal and then runs vim immediately. So that's what this is right here. This is instance of vim. And gives you some error. And then printf right here. And then there's no new line printed with printf. So these are all being run when you click them. So you can, just with that alone, you can make some, like an application drop-down window. Like you have this say, instead of title, you could have it say like applications, and that makes more sense. And then instead of just these random applications, you can have things that you use normally, maybe a browser or something. Cute browser, instead of these random things. And then now if I click it, it's going to open it slowly. There you go. And then it's going to open this browser. So here you can have an application launcher, drop-down menu kind of thing, with just this. And you can obviously make it a lot more prettier, position it in a maybe not dead center, but yeah, you can do some really cool things with this. Something else. Okay, so you can also display images with dzen instead of just text. So you want to have something pretty to look at. It can't be just a .png file or .jpeg. I think, yeah, the only images that it takes are .xpm and then .xbm, which are types of bitmap files. I have a few here in this bitmaps directory. So xpm files and then one xbm file. So if we just let's look at this firefox.xpm. So I'm an image viewer, Firefox XPM. So let's run that, and then this is being shown as a tile. Let's change. There you go. So this is all that this is. It's just a Firefox logo. The other XBM file here, brave.xbm, you cannot open that with, or I can't open it with my image viewer. Brave doesn't recognize the file type. Oh, wrong one. XBM, sorry. XBM. And it can't open it. You have to open it with a special application to view XPM files. All that it is just a mapping of, it's a grid of black and white pixels. Just look at Brave XPM, and you'll see, let's make this bigger. It's just a grid with either black or white pixels, and then you can display that. So let's take a look at those. So let's take text. So instead of these, let's have, so we want to display the image. You want to give the path to the image. So it's in the bitmap folder, and then /firefox.xpm. Brave XPM, and then let's do the PM as well. So you want to have the path as your text, and you're going to want to escape it, because if you just do this, there it is. It's literally going to display the text. So what you want to do, you have to escape the these values. So the escape character for like the dzen language, quote unquote, is the just up the caret, and then it's going to be some command, and then parentheses. So this is the general syntax. And then sometimes there's you pass something into the parentheses as a parameter. So the command we're using this time is the I command for icon, and we're for the parameter we're just passing the path, and now that's going to be this image is going to be displayed as an icon. So let's do that for the other two. I could probably do this faster in Vim, but I don't know how. Okay, let's put the text in there, and then now we're going to have nothing because I did something wrong. Oh, bitmaps. Sorry, I spelled it wrong. There you go. And then here, so now we're having the Firefox logo displayed, the black and white Brave icon displayed, and then the normal Brave icon. So again, XPM and then XBM files. XPM, those can have color, and then XBM, those are just black and white. So this is how you display images. So this can be, like, you can make your things look nice. You can also make the text clickable. So if we just have this and then we try and click the text, nothing is going to happen because we have, let's look at it. Normally it's just going to execute whatever text is in the like this line. So echo this line. And then now this text is going to be following the icon. So if we click it, it's going to execute this this text right here, echo this line. So say that we want to run Firefox. We would have to like put Firefox right after. I don't have it installed, but we'd have to put the text Firefox following it, and then it would be passed to the shell, and then it would run Firefox. But if you just want to have certain text to be clickable, it's like you just want to have like an icon, and then you click the icon, and then it runs some command. That's going to be another escape character. So let's go. It's up. Let me make sure I get it right. It's some escape character. Where is it? Let's see. Where is it? Oh yeah, up CA. So the syntax is, again, so we're going to surround this, so this represents the icon. We're going to surround that with $CA and then parentheses. And the first parameter that you pass into the parentheses is the button that you want it to be. So that's the mouse button. So 1 is the left click, your normal click, so let's just use that. And then the command, so I don't have Firefox, so let's put it here. Or let's put it on the bottom. So we're going to surround Brave, this Brave icon with the command when you left click with the mouse, execute Brave, this whatever application this is. And then when you're done with your clickable area, quote unquote clickable area, you want to put it, you want to close the, you want to match the CA escape character with another empty one. So now it knows that only this section is clickable. So let's actually put non-clickable right there, so you see what I'm talking about. So let's just cat this into the same program. Let's move this, the same instance that we've been using. So here, so you see the CA part, it does not show up as text. Now you can click this. Let me display this thing. If I click this Brave icon, you see it's running in the shell. I'm going to display. I'm going to display. Oh, something happened. That's strange. Okay, sorry. I don't know what that was. So it did open up here. This wasn't open earlier. Let's do that again. I just want to have the tag visible so you can see it. So click this, and here you go. Now it pops up. And then we close that, and then so we see the non-clickable area, and it's trying to pass in this text into the shell, and nothing's happening. So that's how you can have clickable icons. Again, you just want to surround whatever area you want to be clickable with the CA escape character, and then you want to end that area with an empty CA escape character, whatever. What else have I used? So again, let's talk about the -L flag. Let's remove the menu for now. So this doesn't command, this just has the positioning and the colors, and then the -L flag, that just lets you have lines. So sometimes that's useful. Say, so I don't have that, I know the lines don't show up. If you just want to have multiple lines of text displayed, but you don't want it to be, obviously you want it to be non-clickable. So one little program that I have here is dict.sh. That might be hard to see here, but this is my little dictionary program script here. So I'll just show you what it does. If you run it here, let's do /dict.sh. It's going to pop up a dozen window. This is just a dozen window. And the text that's being displayed is a dictionary query of whatever is in your primary clipboard. So I copied query earlier. And that just looked up in a dictionary. And that text is just being piped into a dozen instance with the -L flag. So we can actually, I'll just have another one open here. That's I have to look at. There we go. So just explain the little script I have. Okay. So the first line is the query. This just checks whatever's in your clipboard, and it sets that as a variable. And if it's nothing, then you just exit. These are just some this is however you want to the application you use for your dictionary. I'm using the StarDict console version. This is the instance of dozen that you're running, and some aesthetic things, and then the name of the window, which is not important. And then this just gets the current X and Y position, so that's how it follows whatever my thing is, wherever the mouse is. But that is not important. So here, the important lines are to the middle, right here. The -p flag is the persist. You can ignore these for now. Ignore that. Where is it? -l. So that's 20 lines of that you're gonna show in the slave window. Oh, that's what it's called. I should have mentioned that. The slave window is the drop-down menu. There's a bug. That's too high. Okay. The lower area is the slave window. So it's showing 20 extra lines in the slave window, and that is how all this text is being shown. This -e flag here, this is pretty important, so I will go over that as well. Let's go to our old script. -m. So here, this is what we had earlier. When you click, oh, this doesn't have anything. So the initial functionality of the menu flag, the -m flag, that sets it as sets the dozen window as a menu. Initially, all it's going to do is try and run whatever text you have. So you can change that. So -m with the -e flag. And in this -e flag, it only works if you if you've also passed in the menu flag, if it's acting as a menu. So this is you're just going to pass in a string for the -e, and it's going to be multiple key value pairs. So the key is an event, and then equals, and then some action that you want to perform, and then you can have multiple of these separated by semicolons. So let's just do something simple. Now it's something simple. So our event, let's have on start. So that's going to run this once you start, once you run the dozen executable. And let's have it uncollapse. So before, let's just run that for now. I spelled it wrong, but initially it was happening is when you scrolled over, then it that's when it uncollapsed. So in this new functionality, if I spell it right, it's going to uncollapse when we first start it. So let's run it. If I spell it right, on start equals uncollapse. That should be uncollapsing. I'm typing something wrong. 1 second. Uncollapse. I'm spelling it right. On start. Maybe it's on open. No, on start equals uncollapse. Oh, I think it's a space. Space after this. There you go. Sorry. Yeah, the syntax is a little strict, as you can see. So now on start, now it's uncollapsing, and it still acts as a menu. Or actually does not act as a menu. I should go over that. So when you pass the -e flag, it removes the default functionality. So if you remember, we clicked it and it will say, like, we'll try to execute this text. And now it's not doing that. So once you pass in the -e flag, you want to, you have to re-add in all the commands that were there by default. So something that was already there. Let's do this text. More text, more applications. Let's spell it right. -m. Okay. So something that is there by default is, so if you're in the text file, we had multiple get text. So we had multiple lines, and there's more lines than there are lines in the dozen instance. There are only 3 in the dozen instance, and we have 6 here. So something that it does by default is, see it's showing the last 3. You can scroll, and you can see all of the, you can scroll through the different options that there are. And you can also right click. I don't know if you saw that. You can right click to close it, and left click to execute, as you know. But when you pass in the -e flag right here, so we want it to uncollapse on the start. Now I'm scrolling, and it's not scrolling like in the original functionality, and I cannot right click to close it. Oh, that's text. I think I messed up. Okay. Okay, I hope that, I'll be mad if that text, if that audio is messed up. That happened before. Okay, we're on there. So, if you want it to scroll, you have to add more events and key value pairs. So the scrolling, when you scroll, it counts as a mouse button, so you can just have button, I think it's 4, button 4, and then equals scroll. The action will be scroll, probably up, I think, up. And then button, probably guess button 5 equals scroll down, 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 and then now we're going to try scrolling. There you go. That's how you add the scrolling back in. So there are a lot of different, there are a lot of things you can do with this. You can get really creative. Here, I'll just show you some things that I've done, but I'm running out of time. Not really, but this video is getting too long and my neck hurts. So you can do a lot with dozen. Here, actually my bar is, it's all dozen, or everything displayed is dozen. So my tags, I have DWM as my window manager, and dozen is just displaying the tags and the tag information, and the active window as the purple text. These cool power line icons. Let me show one of those actually. Bitmaps 26. So all that these power line icons are, they're just they're just icons. They're just XBM icons. So I can do try mid. It does not matter what it is. Half. No. Okay. So this is the path that we're going to use here to an XBM file. So let's just open our text. Okay, so this is going to display this file right here, but let's take a look at it first. So it's a bitmap file. Let's just look at it. So all that it is just a triangle, and it's just a triangle. That's it. So what you can do here, so cat text. This is just going to display that image we just looked at, and then let's just pipe that into this thing, into dozen. So here it's, now you just see it's displaying just a triangle. That's all that these are, except with an extra line. Yep, that's all that is. All of these icons that I have are clickable, so this calendar icon, we have this right here. This is also dozen. Let's break this down. This is just cal, like the cal there's run this and then this text. You can pipe it into dozen, and then with the -L flag, so these, and -L uncollapse. So it has 1, 2, 3, however many lines, and it's being uncollapsed at the beginning. Some other things, it has some clickable portions, so these arrows, they're not just for aesthetics, you can actually click them, and it changes the month that is being displayed, which is also nice. And then if you scroll, like you scroll up on your mouse wheel, it also goes through the months. And you scroll down and it goes back. And then if you click the middle, it goes to the current month. So that's one icon on my bar. What else? You can also scroll the volume, so up or down, scroll this volume. All that is it's this section right here, the 40%, that's just a clickable icon. And all that it is instead of mapping if you remember, the syntax is CA, and then CA, it's mouse button, and then action. So the way I have the scrollable volume is, so for the button, it's just button 4 or whatever it is for scrolling, and the action is just, I think it's like a mixer, and then you just change the volume with the command line application. That's all that this is. And then it's clickable to mute, unmute, and it's just changing the icon to be the one with lines and one without. What else? This, I can change my time zone. This just opens, the way this opens is, it's just like st-e, and then it just runs like the time zone. It runs an instance of, it just runs a script that I have to change my time zone. That's all it does. So I can do Honolulu. I can type my password, and here you go. Now it just changed the date that's being displayed. It is, what time is it? 5. And let's go back to LA. Los Angeles. Yeah, so that's just a script that I had to change my time zone. These are clickable. I don't know if you can hear that. That was muted. Okay, is this playing? It should be playing. I don't know why it's not. Okay, well it does if my headphones are working. But this just goes back and forth. Oh, it was broken. Okay, there we go. That's strange. I don't know what's wrong with my audio today. But you might be able to hear that. And then this just changes song back and forth. Oh, then it got to the end of the playlist, so it removed the play buttons. I think, yeah, that's my bar for now. I can go over that if someone wants me to make a better video about that. I think that's about it. That's all I have patience for today. I've been trying to record this video for a while. Yeah, so that's dzen. I hope you guys find it useful. Play around with it. If you have questions, go ahead and ask. If you want me to explain something better, I will try. Alright, goodbye.